This is the story of Nicola. Nicola was born in Yorkshire, England. She lived with her mother Kathleen. When Nicola was 2 years old, she told Kathleen that she remembered her past life. This surprised Kathleen. Though Nicola repeatedly told her mother that she remembered her past life, Kathleen was skeptical about Nicola's claim. One night, Nicola and Kathleen watched a movie called The October Man. Near the end of the movie, a man was contemplating suicide by jumping off of a bridge and onto a railroad track where a moving train would come and destroy him. As the train moved closer and closer to the bridge, Kathleen noticed that Nicola was having a panic attack, so she turned the television off. A few minutes later, Nicola was back to normal. Kathleen learned that Nicola would panic whenever she saw someone go near railway tracks. Kathleen became interested in Nicola's memories of her past life. Nicola told her mother that she lived in the town of Haworth in her previous life, and she said she was a boy in her previous life. Moreover, she lived with her mother and father, and her father's name was Thomas Benson, and she had 2 sisters. Nicola also remembered where she lived in her past life, so Kathleen drove Nicola to Nicola's past life home. Interestingly, Kathleen tried to trick Nicola by driving away from the main road so that it would be harder for her daughter to locate her past life home. Nevertheless, Nicola successfully led her mother to her past life home. Nicola's past life home was partially destroyed and no one lived inside. Therefore, Kathleen didn't know whether this was truly the home of Nicola's previous family. Kathleen wanted to know whether a man named Thomas Benson existed, so Kathleen went to a church in Haworth to look at the birth records. She asked the person working at the church if she could look through the birth records because her daughter remembered a past life and she wanted to verify it. But the church person said she could not look through the records because he did not believe in reincarnation. Then Kathleen told the man that he couldn't stop her from looking at books. So, the man said she could look through the records, but he doubted that she would find a family named Benson because it was a very uncommon last name in Haworth. But when Kathleen looked through the birth records, she learned that a railway plate layer named Thomas Benson lived in Haworth in the 1800s. What's more, he had a little boy who was born in 1875. An author named Mary Harrison learned about Nicola's story, and she decided to investigate the case by going to an archive building in Yorkshire and obtaining more information about the Benson family. Mary learned that the Benson family consisted of a mother, a father, 2 daughters, and 1 son. But according to Mary, the son died at a very young age. The most interesting thing Mary learned was that the Benson family lived in the house that Nicola led her mother to when she was very young.
She found that the Benson family did include a boy and 2 girls as Nicola recalled, but also found that they had lived in the exact house that Nicola had taken them to.
Nicola visited the area where she died, and she talked about how she died in her previous life. According to Nicola, she was running across a railway track, but her foot got stuck in the ground. Then a train came and knocked her down, and that's how she died in her previous life. Because Nicola knew where she lived in her previous life, and because she knew certain things about her past life that she could not have learned through normal means, Kathleen believed that Nicola was a reincarnation of a boy who lived in Haworth. Hey guys, what do you think about Nicola's story? Let me know in the comments below. And last but not least, have an amazing, wonderful day.